have Sign Up Series number 4. And thanks for 200 subscribers. A lot of new debuting trucks. So as in the beginning, look for the truck you're in. And my favorite one, we'll have a struggle, is the Galaxy Dragonaut. So once round 1 passes, we're gonna finish it up with the Red Primer Gravedigger and the Monster Mutt Dalmatian Zombie, while Dragonaut Galaxy will just move on to the next round. And even though I had new competitors here, I'm going to show you the track. I don't have a Show Off Showdown ramp. I do have a Transforming Hauler playset. So the trucks are going to go here. I put a piece of tape right here because so that way I could make it like a showdown ramp. And when I roll down, we have a whole space right here. And this Sunday, I will upload a actual video of the actual Monster Jam event. Yeah, from El Paso, Texas. And then, anyways, when I kick that out with the debuting Soldier Fortune taking on the Overcast Max D. So round number 1, it starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. And then we'll go to the Soldier Fortune. Next up we have is the Darkest Meal Bakugan Dragonoid taking on the Red Max D. It'll be Darkest Meal Bakugan Dragonoid. Next up we have is Monster Mutt Dalmatian Knights taking on Dragonfire. And then we'll go to Dragonfire will win. Next up we have is Stone Crusher taking on Max D Hunter. And then we'll go to Stone Crusher. Next up we have is the Showtime Earthshaker taking on the Orange El Toro Loco. And then we'll go to the Orange El Toro Loco. Next up we have a Fire Nice battle between the Blue Thunder Ice and Megalodon Fire. And then we'll go to Megalodon Fire. Next up we have is Blue Thunder Zombie taking on the Boneyard Gravedigger. And then we'll go to the I might have to take a look at that replay, but let's find out. Alright guys, just by a barely inch, it will be the Boneyard Gravedigger. And next up, Blue Thunder Zombie will be out of the race. Next up we have is the Yellow Max D taking on the Megalodon Galaxy. And it will be Max D Yellow. Next up we have is Earthshaker taking on Soldier Fortune Desert. And it will be Earthshaker. Next up we have is T-Mans taking on the Gravedigger Ride Truck. It will go to the Gravedigger Ride Truck. Next up we have is a Max D battle between Maximum Destruction and Max D. It will go to Maximum Destruction. Next up we have is the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire taking on the Mystery Machine. And we'll go to the Mystery Machine. What a save! Next up we have a Zombie Fire taking on Sparkle Smash. Then we'll go to Sparkle Smash. Next up we have Son of a Dagger Fire taking on Santa's Monster Slay. And we'll go to Santa's Monster Slay. Next up we have is the Sheer Manus Megalodon taking on Higher Education. Then we'll go to Sheer Manus Megalodon will win. Next up we have is Double Decker taking on the Split Paint Drop Bounty Hunter. And we'll go to Bounty Hunter. Next up we have is Monster Energy taking on Megalodon. And then we'll go to Megalodon will win. Next up we have is Racing Stripes taking on Scooby-Doo. Then we'll go to a pole rollover. But if I scroll the camera down, Racing Stripes will win. Next up we have is Whiplash taking on the 32 Queen Megalodon. It'll be Megalodon. Next up we have is OCD Meltdown taking on Gravedigger. And we'll go to Gravedigger. Next up we have is Texas taking on Wolf's Head. It'll be Wolf's Head. Next up we have is Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on the Red Bakugan Dragonoid. It'll be Dalmatian will take the win. Next up we have is the Sheer Madness Gravedigger taking on Max D. Black. It'll be Max D. Black as because Kasagi hit it first, then the Sheer Madness Gravedigger. Next up we have it is the Yellow El Toro Loco taking on Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And it'll be the Yellow El Toro Loco. Next up is Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on the Purple Tire Gravedigger. And it'll be the Purple Tire Gravedigger. Next up we have is the 4th of July Freebird taking on Tropical Thunder. And it'll be the 4th of July Freebird. Next up we have is Max D 10th Anniversary taking on the Alertus Dragonoid. And it'll be the Alertus Dragonoid. Next up we have is Scarlet Bandit taking on Superman. And we'll go to, for the first time, it'll go to Superman. Next up we have is Max D Fire taking on the Max Contrast Dragon. And we'll go to the Max Contrast Dragon. Next up we have is Joker taking on Son of a Dagger. And we'll go to Joker. Next up we have is Storm Damage taking on Monster Mutt Poodle. It'll be Monster Mutt Poodle. Next up we have is Wildflower taking on Monster Mutt Rottweiler Zombie. And they'll go to Wildflower. Next up we have is the Soldier Fortune from the Singles Packs taking on the Gravedigger Fire. Here we'll go to the Gravedigger Fire. Next up we have is the Monster Jam Stunt Truck taking on Blue Thunder. It'll be Blue Thunder. What a win. Next up we have is Saigon Shaker taking on Soldier Fortune Ice. And it will go to, but as you guys can see on the top, it will go to Saigon Shaker. Next up we have is the Great Quips Mohawk Warrior Vampire taking on the Monster Jam Happy Holiday Stunt Truck. Then we'll go to the Happy Holiday Stunt Truck. Next up we have is Earthshaker Ice taking on the Max D Gear. Then we'll go to the Max D Gear. Next up we have is the El Toro Loco taking on the Wildfire Phoenix Fire. Then we'll go to El Toro Loco. Next up we have is the Transforming Hauler El Toro Loco taking on Calavera. And we'll go to Calavera. Next up we have is Iron Outlaw taking on Bulldozer. And we'll go to Bulldozer. Next up we have is the 2021 Bakugan Dragonoid taking on the El Toro Loco Ice. And it will be Bakugan Dragonoid. Next up we have is the Gravedigger Ice taking on Hurricane Force. And we'll go to Hurricane Force. Next up we have is Gravedigger the Legend taking on the Natural Leon's Octonator. And we'll go to, it'll be Gravedigger the Legend. Next up we have Pirate's Curse Ghost taking on Dragon Ice. It will go to Pirate's Curse Ghost. Next up we have is the Reveal Steel Wet Brush taking on Horsepower. It will go to Horsepower. Next up we have is the Burn Victim Zombie taking on Yeti Ice. It will be Burn Victim Zombie. Next up we have is the Gravedigger Red Primer taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian Zombie. It will be Dalmatian Zombie. Alrighty guys, so as you can see we have the fast loser. Round 2. Not fast loser. We will have a fast loser who's gonna be competing against Dragon or Galaxy over there. And these are the trucks that had close. Blue Thunder Zombie got a close tie with the Boneyard Gravedigger, which he's right over there. And the Great Crook Small Gore Vampire also got not a close tie, but he was also a cool truck. And now we're gonna see him in 3, 2, 1, and go. Who will it go? I can't tell from here. It will be Blue Thunder Zombie. So he will be competing against Dragon or Galaxy. And now here we have round 2 of round 2. You see the fast loser right there? Anyways, we're gonna kick round 2 with Soldier of Fortune and Darkest Meal Dragonoid. Alrighty, so round number 2 is underway. It will be Soldier of Fortune. Next up we have is Dragonfire taking on Stone Crusher. And there will be Stone Crusher. Next up we have is the El Toro Loco Orange taking on Megalodon Fire. It will be Megalodon Fire. Next up we have is the Boneyard Gravedigger taking on Max Steel Yellow. There will be, tight race, but it will be Boneyard Gravedigger. Next up we have is Earthshaker taking on the Rytra Gravedigger. And there will be the Rytra Gravedigger with an awesome save. Next up we have is Maximum Destruction taking on the Mystery Machine. And we'll go to the Mystery Machine. Next up we have is Sporkle Smash taking on Santa's Monster Slay. And then we'll go to Sporkle Smash. Next up we have is the Sheer Madness Megalodon taking on Brodozer. And we'll go to Brodozer. Next up we have is Bounty Hunter taking on Megalodon. And then we'll go to can't tell if I moved the truck over. It will be Bounty Hunter. Next up we have is Racing Stripes taking on the 32 Queen Megalodon. And we'll go to the 32 Queen Megalodon. Next up we have is Gravedigger taking on Wolf's Head. And we'll go to Wolf's Head. Next up we have is Monster Automation taking on Max Steel Black. Then we'll go to Max Steel Black. Next up we have is the Yellow El Toro Loco taking on the Purple Tire Gravedigger. Then we'll go to the Yellow El Toro Loco. Next up we have is the 4th of July Freebird taking on the Alertus Dragonoid. You wanna go to the Alertus Dragonoid with the wheelie. Next up we have is Superman taking on the Max Contrast Dragon. Go to the Max Contrast Dragon. Next up we have is Joker taking on Monstrum Poodle. We'll go to Joker. Next up we have is Wildflower taking on Gravedigger Fire. We'll go to Gravedigger Fire. Next up we have is Blue Thunder taking on Saigon Shaker. Go to can't tell, but if I can move the truck over here, it will go to get this out of the charging station. Blue Thunder. Next up we have is the Happy Holiday Stunt Truck taking on the Max D Gear. Go to Max D Gear. Next up we have is the El Toro Loco taking on Calavera. It will go to can't tell that's quite, but in my opinion it will go to Calavera. Next up we have is Bulldozer taking on Bakugan Dragonoid. It will go to Bulldozer goes on the wheelie. Get this out of the station. And Bulldozer will take the win. Next up we have is Hurricane Force taking on Gravedigger the Legend. Then we'll go to the Gravedigger the Legend. Next up we have is Pirates Curse Ghost taking on Horsepower. Then we'll go to can't tell that quite if I zoom it in. But I don't know, it might give it to Pirates Curse Ghost, but let's see. Next up we have is Burn Victim Zombie taking on Monster Automation Zombie. And then we'll go to the Burn Victim Zombie. Next up we have is the Bakugan Dragon of Galaxy, then Blue Thunder taking on Blue Thunder Zombie. And we will have a fast loser after this. And then we'll go to Blue Thunder Zombie. Alright you guys, so here we have round 3. As these lineups are here, but we need a fast loser for Blue Thunder Zombie. And these are the fast losers that I picked, and I think these guys are pretty darn fast. We have Santa's Monster Slay versus Horsepower. So who will be taking on Blue Thunder Zombie? And what could be Horsepower. Alright, so here we have round 3 of the lineups. And we're gonna kick this round off with Soldier Fortune taking on Stone Crusher. So round number 3 is underway, and it will be Stone Crusher. Next up we have is Megalodon Fire taking on the Boneyard Gravedigger. And then we'll go to Megalodon Fire. Next up we have is the Gravedigger Ride Truck taking on the Mystery Machine. Then we'll go to the Gravedigger Ride Truck. Next up we have Sparkle Smash taking on Brodozer. And then we'll go to Brodozer. Next up we have is Bounty Hunter taking on the 32 Queen Megalodon. And then we'll go to Bounty Hunter. Next up we have is Wolfset taking on Max D Black. And then we'll go to Max D Black. Next up we have is the El Toro Loco Yellow taking on the Alertus Dragonoid. Then we'll go to the Alertus Dragonoid. Next up we have is Dragon Max Contrast taking on Joker. Then we'll go to Max Contrast Dragon. Next up we have is Gravedigger Fire taking on Blue Thunder. Then we'll go to Blue Thunder. Next up we have is Max D Gear taking on Calavera. And then we'll go to can't tell, but I think it's gonna go to the Gears Max D. Max D Gear 1. Next up we have is Bulldozer taking on the Gravedigger the Legend. And then we'll go to Gravedigger the Legend. Next up we have Pirate's Curse Ghost taking on the Bird Victim Zombie. Then we'll go to the Bird Victim Zombie. Here we have the final round. Before we move on to round 4, and then we will have a fast loser, will be Blue Thunder Zombie taking on Horsepower. Then we'll go to Blue Thunder Zombie. Alright, so here round 4, but we need a fast loser for Blue Thunder Zombie. And these are the fast losers I picked: Calavera versus Bulldozer. So let's see who's gonna take on Blue Thunder Zombie. It will be Calavera. Alright, so now we have the full round for round 4. And we're gonna kick things off with Stone Crusher versus Megalodon Fire. Next up we have is Stone Crusher taking on Megalodon Fire. And we'll go to Stone Crusher. Next up we have is the Gravedigger Ride Truck taking on Brodozer. And we'll go to the Gravedigger Ride Truck. Next up we have Bounty Hunter taking on Max D Black. Then we'll go to Max D Black. Next up we have is the Alertus Dragonoid taking on Dragon Max Contrast. Then we'll go to the Max Contrast Dragon. Zoom in for a little bit, you can tell that is a win, so Dragon Max Contrast will make it. Next up we have is Blue Thunder taking on Max D Gear. And it will be Max D Gear. Next up we have is the Gravedigger the Legend taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And we'll go to the Burn Victim Zombie. Next up we have is Blue Thunder Zombie taking on Calavera, and we will need a fast loser after this round. So who will make it? It will be Calavera. Alright, so here we have the quarterfinals, but we need a fast loser for Calavera. And these are the fast losers. I picked Bounty Hunter and the Alertus Dragonoid. So who's gonna take on Calavera in the quarterfinals? It will be Bounty Hunter. And here we have the quarterfinals. And inside the Gravedigger Ride Truck we have, I don't know, I think it's Monster Collector Racing. And inside Calavera we have Lily Plays Minecraft. And now we're going to start off with Stone Crusher taking on the Gravedigger Ride Truck. We have the quarterfinals on to the semifinals. Here we go. It will be the Gravedigger Ride Truck. Next up we have is Max D Black taking on the Max Contrast Dragon. It will be the Max Contrast Dragon. Next up we have is Max D Gear taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And then we'll go to Max D Gear. Next up we have Calavera taking on Bounty Hunter. And then we'll go to Calavera. So here we have the final round. Inside Gravedigger Ride Truck we have Monster Collector Racing. And inside Calavera we have Lily Plays Minecraft. So we're down to 4 trucks, now going into 2 trucks. So we're gonna kick it out with Gravedigger Ride Truck and the Max Contrast Dragon. Who do you think is gonna make it to the to the final round. Will it be the Gravedigger Ride Truck or Max Contrast Dragon? It will be the Gravedigger Ride Truck. Who do you think Max Contrast... No, not Max Contrast. Gears Max D will make it, or Calavera into the final round, competing against the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Here we go. And it will be Calavera. And here we have the trucks. We have Monster Collector Racing making its first... Not its first debut. Its first truck winning, and he's trying to get his first racing championship for the first time. Calavera's trying to get his second win, and Lily Price Minecraft's trying to get her second win. And who do you think was going to make it? Who do you think will be Sign Up Series number 4 winner? We have all of those trucks right there. So, who do you think is going to be? Monster Collector Racing or Calavera? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go! It will be the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Here, the Ride Truck Gravedigger. Congrats, you are one-time champion on this channel, and you made Gravedigger Ride Truck a one-time champion. So congratulations. Lily Plays Minecraft's trying to get her second win in Calavera. The truck that won is Sign Up Series number 3, and now is trying to get it. But like next time, man, and see you in Sign Up Series number 5. Ed G and Bulldozer. Ed G was doing very good, but ended up losing in the quarterfinals. Or I don't even know if it's the quarterfinals or not, but so sorry, man. Better luck next time. So yeah. Now Kids Racing in Sparkle Smash had the same truck in Sign Up Series number 1. Unfortunately, lost in Sign Up Series number 1 in round 1. Now this truck lost in Sign Up Series number 4. No, yeah, it's Sign Up Series number 4 in round 3, and that was just an incredible race for Sparkle Smash and Kids Racing. And congrats to the others that participated. You all did phenomenal. And then we'll see you guys next time. This is Spin Master Monster Jam signing out.